Imagine this. You step into a time machine, push a big shiny button, and poof, you're standing in ancient Rome. Julius Caesar is giving a speech, gladiators are fighting in the Colosseum, and someone just offered you a questionable-looking cup of wine. Sounds incredible, right? But here's the catch. You can't change a single thing. No matter what you do, the past stays exactly the same. You can watch, you can explore, but you can't interfere. At first, this sounds like a dream. You could witness the building of the pyramids, see dinosaurs roam the earth, or finally figure out what really happened to the lost city of Atlantis. It's like having a backstage pass to all of history, without the risk of accidentally erasing yourself from existence. But if you can't change anything, what's the point? Well, let's break it down. First, let's talk about the rules of this kind of time travel. You're basically a ghost. You can't touch anything, move anything, or even make a sound that anyone in the past could hear. If you tried to stop the Titanic from sinking, your hand would just pass through the iceberg like mist. If you shouted, "Hey, don't shoot Lincoln!" inside Ford's theater, no one would even blink. It's like watching a live 3D movie, except this movie is real history. You'd be there, walking through ancient cities, but completely invisible and untouchable. Now let's imagine what this would be like for everyday life. Curious about your own past? You could sneak back and watch yourself as a baby, but that might get weird fast. You'd also see every embarrassing moment you've ever had, from middle school crushes to that one time you fell off your bike and pretended it didn't hurt. And remember, you can't change any of it, so no warning your past self about that terrible haircut. On a larger scale, think of all the mysteries we could solve. Who really built Stonehenge? What was the exact moment dinosaurs went extinct? And most importantly, how did people in the 1400s survive without Wi-Fi? Historians would lose their minds. Entire textbooks would be rewritten with first-hand proof. We'd finally know the real story behind every conspiracy theory. No more guessing about aliens building the pyramids or Bigfoot photobombing medieval paintings. But here's where things get tricky. Human nature. People would want to go back and fix things, even if they knew they couldn't. Imagine watching a horrible event, like a massive war or natural disaster, and being totally powerless to stop it. You'd want to scream, to do something, but you couldn't. It would be like standing behind a glass wall, watching history's worst moments play out in real time. This could be emotionally devastating. Time travel therapy sessions would probably become a booming business. And there's another issue, paradoxes. Normally, time travel stories warn about the butterfly effect, where tiny changes in the past can completely rewrite the future. But in this scenario, that's impossible. You could stomp around the Jurassic period, step on 100 butterflies, and it wouldn't change a thing. The future is locked in. At first, this might feel safe, but it also means your future is just as unchangeable as the past. If you see something bad about to happen in your timeline, you can't stop it. History, including your own life, is like a movie that's already been filmed. No rewinds, no edits, no alternate endings. Now let's go even bigger. What about visiting prehistoric Earth? You could stand just a few feet away as a meteor wipes out the dinosaurs. The heat, the sound, the destruction. You'd witness it all. Perfectly safe because nothing can touch you. You could even watch the birth of our planet or the first humans learning to use fire. But this brings up a wild thought. If time travel tourists started showing up at every point in history, would there be entire crowds of invisible spectators at every major event? Like a time travel stadium where people silently gather to watch the signing of the Declaration of Independence? That would be both hilarious and incredibly creepy. So, what's the final takeaway here? Being able to visit the past without changing it would turn humans into ultimate historians. We'd finally see the truth behind every myth, mystery, and legend. But it would also remind us that the past, and maybe even the future, is completely out of our control. In a strange way, this might make life more meaningful. If we can't change history, then the only thing that truly matters is what we do right now, in the present. Every choice we make becomes part of a story that someone, someday, might travel back to watch. So here's my question for you. If you could visit any single moment in history, knowing you couldn't change it, where would you go? Would you watch the dinosaurs meet your great-great-grandparents or finally settle the debate about who built the pyramids? Drop your answers in the comments. I'm curious to see where you'd travel first. And if you enjoyed this little journey through time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because while the past is locked in place, your future choice to watch more videos is totally up to you. Stay curious. And maybe keep an eye out for invisible time tourists the next time you visit a museum.